in terms, but that's so crazy that you say like around 50 you're like I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just because like I will say like there's like the classic trope that like, the midlife crisis, but I would say that's not true. There's actually multiple you have like these crises because I mean
Yeah.
I personally had one like there was a certain age where I was like, oh no, I kind of like if I was going to go to college, like I wasn't like
I'm not doing enough.
I'm not doing enough, or like you know how like most people graduate like college at like if to get at least the bachelor's 22 23 years old, and when I hit 24 I was like, Jesus Christ, I haven't even done that yet.
You know how, like in my first book, I have the infamous graph that's in there, and I peg like women's peak sexual market value right around 23, and men's is right around 36 ish,
Yes,
right there.
yeah.
I always have to throw in the caveat for men. I have to say, if you maximize your potential,
Right. Yeah.
this age will most likely be your peak potential years because you will have, if you played your cards right, you will have the most of what makes you attractive at that time because it takes longer for men to mature into their peak potential than it does for women, right? If you maximize your potential, and I always have to stress that because people think I'm saying, well, what some people say, well, 50 is when you're great, or 25 is when you're the best. No, it's if you maximize your potential. And I think that a lot of people, when they talk about like midlife crises or something like that, it's not really a midlife crisis so much as it is time's running out, and I feel like, why is it that you feel like you need to do more? Why is it you feel like you haven't done enough at that time? And you know why? Because you're discontent.
Right.
And you haven't been creatively discontent. You've been destructively discontent, or you've been escaping that for a long time.
Yeah.
And so when guys get to be 36, like when do most guys get a quote unquote midlife crisis, right? Right before they're 40?
Yeah.
It's because they feel like they haven't done anything with their lives because they're not maximizing their potential. And again, it goes back to what Plato, with Socrates or Plato or Aristotle, whoever was.
Some Greek guy.
Beware the unrealized potential. And that's why I think if there is a message in the red pill, if there is a message in anything, all three of us do, it's maximize your potential. Yeah. We always like throw these lines around like, oh, become the best version of yourself that you can. Really what that is, that's just content.